Okay, so today I got a sick package from Amazonia, and I figured I would show you guys because it has to do with the fitness. So, the current meal prep containers that I use are these. Oh god. These. And they were super cheap at Dillon's, which is a grocery store in my college town. They're literally like $2 for packs of 4 or something like that. So those have gotten me through the last 2 years, but I've slowly lost some of them, / sometimes my roommates use them and I don't have enough for the whole week for when I meal prep. And so I decided to order some brand new deluxe meal prep containers from Amazon. So we're gonna open these. And the brand that I ordered is called Fit Packer. I ordered the original. They have a bunch of different sizes. As you can see, there are the measurements for this one. This is a set, so yeah. I don't want to break a nail. Literally, how the fuck? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, check this. There they are. All my meal containers. So I don't really have all the stats on these things, but they're supposed to be pretty sure BPA free and all that shit. So, yes. Here are the lids. They have the little clips around the sides, so you can throw it around and it doesn't spill. As you can see, they have their branding, Fit Packer. The plastic feels really thick. Let's look at the actual. And this is how deep they are. I feel like, yeah, that might have been an issue. I probably should have bought some that are deeper. But that's okay, I can still use them. And plus, since I'll be lowering my calories very much over the next however many weeks, I won't need those big containers anyway. So, yeah, updates to come on these and see how they turn out. What's up, friends? Things I'm going to do today. Work out. I'm gonna try to film my stretching routine just so I can slowly, sneak into this whole filming thing. It's some days I wake up and I got the balls to do it, and other days I'm can't, nope, never, can't, sorry. But, we'll see. I'm thinking about trying to film it in the, one of the little studio rooms, so it kind of depends if they have classes. It's Saturday right now, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm about to make breakfast, so I'll show you what I make, but it's basically the same thing I always make. And then, last thing, I'll show you my outfit, because I'm wearing some new shiz, and I'm excited about it. Okay, so I have on the Buff Bunny black shorts that are the high-waisted ones with the pockets, the new ones. I have on white Yeezys that I got in China. Bold move with the gray socks, but socks are really just not a thing. I don't care. And then I have on the mint Aurora crop from Buff Bunny. And then I also have on a hat because, I don't know, I'm not wearing makeup and I'm looking a little janky, so here we are. Okay. It is back in bicep day, so things I am putting in my shaker cup are the usual creatine, glutamine. I have a sample from PE Science of High Volume, which is a pump product. I used half of it yesterday because you can take 1 or 2 scoops, and this is a 2 scoop serving size. So I'm going to put the other half of that in here. And then I had to pick up new BCAAs yesterday because I used all my PE Science samples and I need to order more BCAAs online. So I picked these up at CVS and they're sugar-free, so I'm excited. I got the strawberry kiwi flavor. They had a ton of different flavors and I told him I wanted one that was going to taste good and not be gritty, so we'll see. Okay, so here I have 3 servings of egg whites, 1 whole egg, 2 1/4 ounces of steak because I couldn't get it to be 2. A bowl of oatmeal and 1 serving of egg whites in there, and the macros for this meal will be on the screen. What's up, guys? I figured I would do a voiceover over this part to kind of explain what I'm doing. First, I want to apologize for how much the lighting is going to be changing. I had to film into a light source, which is like the #1 do not do filming thing, but the way that I was going to film, somebody would have been in the background, and I didn't want them to like bother me, so I just filmed here. But basically I start out foam rolling each glute because I definitely get knots on the sides of my glutes, especially from exercises like the abductor machine. So I just start out with just my glutes, and then I move on to hamstrings, and at this point you'll see me kind of just rolling like a very short distance. That's because I am trying to roll out a knot, which I'm usually not successful with, but it hurts so good, so I try to focus on those, and then I'll do the other leg. I will roll over to my quad and work on basically the front of my leg, and then I will roll back over to the hamstrings, but I make sure not to skip the sides because that's definitely where some of those knots can get built up. So that is just how I prefer to do it. Obviously, there's no like 100% correct way to do this. Just do whatever works for you. Here you can still see me doing the sides of my left leg, and then once I am finished with my quads and my hamstrings, which the way that I tell when I'm finished is just when I want to be, when it doesn't hurt as bad as it did when I first rolled on it, because it's really kind of impossible to get it to where it's completely painless. But once I decide that I'm done, I go ahead and move on to my calves like you see here. I should probably foam roll my shins because sometimes I get shin splints from sprints, but I just usually don't because it's kind of awkward to do and it hurts my knees and stuff. So then I move on to stretching, and I do this hamstring stretch where you basically just touch your toes. I know some people can't even touch their toes, so I have a pretty flexible back. I can wrap my hands all the way around the bottom of my feet when I do that stretch. So just reach as far as you can. As long as you personally are getting a good stretch, then that's all that matters. I then move on to these hip flexor stretches because my hips actually give me so much trouble, especially my left one, the one I'm stretching now, because I'm actually not sure why, because I played volleyball for a while, and when I started squatting, it just hurts, so I try to keep those stretched out. And since I went to China and didn't squat for like a month, now that I'm back, it's kind of inflamed again, so I just really try to stretch my hip flexors very well. That's also what I'm doing. Well, right here I'm doing the hamstring, but right here I'm doing the hip flexors again. Just try to work them from all angles. It's important to just try and keep your muscles stretched out. At least it helps with healing and will prevent your soreness the next day. And then this is the final stretch that I do. And again, you have to be pretty flexible to get even your forehead close to the ground like I am here. Just like I said earlier, stretch as much as you can. Obviously, if you feel it, then you are doing it correctly, and it's going to depend on each person. So that is basically it for what I do. After every single workout that I do, I focus on stretching and foam rolling because I don't want to be hurting and I want to be all around healthy. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. If you watched until now, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please like the video, please subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!